Good morning, everyone. Dr. Barber here again with the Academy of Holistic Manual Medicine. Today I'd like to talk about feelings. Feelings are very key to your personal happiness and survival. Feelings are not really discussed, however, in stress healing. Rather, we discuss the components of a feeling. 3 components as usual, one very simple, one extremely complex, and then the truth. And the truth is always greater than the sum of the parts. So the truth is you are having feelings throughout life. These are so key to your life, happiness, survival. Everything is about the feeling. The secret is to feel it in order to let it go. Now, feelings can be very intense. So the 2 sides of the feeling we are going to study is 1, the emotion or physical energy that gives it its intensity, and 2, the thought, beliefs, attitudes that give it direction and color. So on the simple side, you've only got 3 emotions to worry about. And they're very simple. Everyone experiences them. Adrenaline-like energy for survival, sorrow, and joy. Adrenaline-like energy I call rage. Now, this is by Webster's definition number 14, the energy of life. Adrenaline-like energy. It is rage, but in this context, I don't mean out-of-control anger. So rage is our first hot word. You'll have to just get over all your other understandings of rage and realize I mean adrenaline-like energy. It's not adrenaline, but adrenaline is involved. There's an energy, a palpable energy that comes with a rush of adrenaline, or even a small amount to get out of bed. It's the same energy, rage. So the emotional energy that the body creates is neutral. It flows only in the direction of your thought and beliefs. So the first thing we have to do is get comfortable with those 3 energies, and that's the nature of the first exercise. Your body makes it, you got to let it go. You can't just deny that it's there. Once it's made, it's got to come through you. You have to feel it. Roar like a lion, cry like a baby, laugh like a hyena. That's the first exercise. Set aside 15 minutes every week, if not every day, when you can be alone and can make all the noise you want without scaring the neighbors, the pets, or anyone else that might put you in a white jacket and carry you away. I call them silly exercises because you feel silly doing them. But it's the first and foundation of the series. And if you are not comfortable with emotion, you can't do the rest of them. The big one and the difficult one for many is rage. People won't do rage because they feel it is dangerous and negative. It can be. You can use it to hurt. You can use it to build. You can use it to destroy. But if you're not comfortable with rage, you can't use it at all. So remember, the practical definition of stress, the feeling you get when you resist the urge to strangle someone who desperately needs it. That urge is your rage. When you feel rage developing, you should know there is a stress. There is a need for that energy. When you're doing the exercise, you're digging up old energy that's no longer useful. Energy that was created yesterday, the day before, last year, 10 years ago, that you stuffed. And now it's still in the body, creating homeostatic or allostatic load. When you first sit down to do rage, you will likely run into a feeling of either silliness or fear of being silly. Fear of being shamed. Just make sure you're alone and it's your only feelings. And make sure you're safe so there's no truth or present time reason for your body to be making rage. And then go digging for it. Simply by roaring like a lion. Don't hurt your throat. Just making the sounds as if you were a lion protecting your cubs. Roar. Once you get through that first fear and you blow off a lot of rage, you might start feeling pretty good. If you keep going, either the first, second, or third time around, you keep going, you'll come likely into a vacuum. And you're roaring and making the sounds and you're faking it, but there's really nothing happening anymore. Keep going. Keep going until you get to the second fear. The second fear is when you touch upon a bubble of rage in the body that was stuffed by a belief that if you express it, you won't survive, and that's what you're seeing now. So when you do the rage exercise, you're likely to run into fear 2 occasions. Just change your mind about the thought that's holding it there, that it's a non-survival and that you will survive. Do the exercise. You'll feel better. Come back to it. Now maybe it's time to cry. Make tear water tea. Think of all those things that you've lost. This comes from a childhood book, Wise Owl. All the pencils too short to sharpen, crayons broken, pennies behind the dresser never to be found again. Silly, cute. Point being, think of all the sadness. Make the sounds of crying. Pretty soon you'll feel it. It'll well up. Keep crying. Get it out. All of it. All of it. All of it. And of course, joy, you can laugh, and the world will laugh with you. So just laugh all the time. Everything's funny eventually. Exercise number 1. Laugh like a hyena. Cry like a baby. Roar like a lion. All day, every day. Initially, make time. Make sure you're safe. Practice. When you unload the body from excessive amounts of these stored energies, it's easier to deal with what's being created in the moment and easier to express it as it's being created rather than stuffing it and getting heavier and duller and more stressed and more susceptible to disease. Exercise number 1. Do it. You'll be happy.